Okay, great. Okay, terrific. Right. So we wanted to, just share what are the things that in your life that make you go wow, and what is the biggest wow of all? So yeah, whoever wants to share, what are some of the things that make you go wow in life?
I can share.
Yeah, sure, Manoj, boliye.
See, my first experience with you
Yeah,
in Delhi in the night and
right.
later on the walk and under the stars.
Yes.
I can say wow, wow, wow continuously. Nothing, no better wow than that. And I'm saying it from my heart.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I still remember that evening after we had the bhajans and the music and all that, and then we just had so much energy that we didn't want to go to sleep.
And lying down on the road in the center
Lying
of
on the
the
road under the stars and singing and just being in
In
that
fact, I was
silence.
going to ask you
Huh?
if we can go on a very low cost trip
Yeah.
to Ayodhya and with your music low cost.
Right.
Yes, to Ayodhya very soon in
Yeah.
maybe March or somebody because everybody said wait for a month.
Yeah.
22nd को हो गया
Huh.
अमृत काल. So
Right.
मतलब a low cost Amrut Kal trip. I would love it with music, and
Yes.
we will lie down under the stars
Sure.
at
Sure.
Ayodhya if possible.
Yes. Yeah.
Make it
Why
happen,
not?
sir. Make
करते
it
हैं,
happen.
but I think Ajay ji is already planning one Anand
That's a
Yatra.
low cost trip,
हाँ, अच्छा
not
आनंद,
35,000. Low
अच्छा
cost.
वो लो कॉस्ट नहीं है, अच्छा वो बनारस वगैरह
35,000.
जा रहे,
नहीं नहीं हम तो Delhi type and under the stars
अंडर
we
द
can walk,
स्टार्स,
use legs, and we can eat fruits and salad.
right.
Yes, I know you would
Sure,
love that.
sure, sure. So that's one of the wows in life for you, and
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 only
it is a wow
Ayodhya,
for
not
me also.
Varanasi and other things. Only Ayodhya.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Sure, sure. Okay, what
आपके साथ
else?
मजा आएगा वाव हो जाएगा वाव
Wow, right, right. Yeah, go ahead. Who else? What makes you go wow?
So when I go to Canada and
Yeah.
I see a very clear sky with lovely clouds, blue sky, from inside there's just wow coming out.
Right. Yeah, nature
It's
has a way
simple,
of,
but it's so touching, like to see the sky like that.
right,
A blue sky with, you know,
right, right.
sometimes
Nature
this
has this way
moon
of
and
making us.
stars are so close. Like when you
Sure.
go to Muskoka and you see the
Oh, yeah, yeah,
stars.
yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The sky park. Yeah, dark sky park. Yeah, beautiful. Sonal or Gaurav, what is the wow in your life? Sonal,
So
what?
when we are doing a Leah message, every moment is a wow.
Okay. During the Leah message.
Yeah, yeah. In Leah message, we are supposed to write 5 vows of each day.
Okay. That's 5 hours, but okay. ठीक है.
So actually, it should be every moment has a wow.
Right, but how? How will that happen? That is what I
But it doesn't happen.
doesn't happen. वही तो. Doesn't happen because in fact
Wow, it doesn't
sometimes
happen.
wow it doesn't happen exactly. Sometimes in fact the thing that is wow today becomes a oh no another day. The same thing, the
Right,
same
right.
place, the same person, the same object. Um, you know, the so-called source of the wow becomes the source of the oh or oh no. Yeah, Sandhya Ben.
We need to
Yeah,
practice wow.
yes. Huh. Bolo, what makes. Wait. Unmute. You have to unmute. Huh. Bolo.
Everything is a wow.
Everything is a wow. Right.
From the moment that you open your eyes and get up from sleep till the whole day that you spend and then go back to sleep in the night.
Yeah, what you're saying is totally true, but how do we make that happen? Typically, it doesn't happen that way. It is a wow, but how? And
By
how to
being
make
in acceptance.
being in acceptance. Okay, Gaurav?
Actually, today I went in the market, and the person who are wearing the who is selling the झाड़ू means I don't झाड़ू का क्या होते हैं अंग्रेजी में
Broom,
झाड़ू
broom.
हाँ, गुरुमा उसके जो होते हैं केचप भरते हैं ना उसमें हम भरते हैं ना उसमें
Huh.
वो आदमी बोला कि जब जब व्हेन आई मीट यू ना my world बिकम वेरी हैप्पी मीन्स यू
Okay,
आर एनर्जी बॉम्ब फॉर मी मतलब यार मैं
right.
कुछ करता जाता हूँ तो जब तुम्हें को मिलके आता है ना तुम्हें को मैं पूरे दिन बहुत अच्छा आता है जितना समय में
Right.
बहुत अच्छा आता है मतलब आई फील हैप्पी दो आर नॉट परचेज एनीथिंग फ्रॉम हिम ना but still
Yeah,
he became happy because of my smile. So
your smile makes him happy, and that was a wow for you.
yeah, so
That's a wow for you.
this is like a Nobel prize for me. Nobel prize.
A Nobel Prize. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Because I means because of though I'm doing nothing, but still my smile is contributing to someone's happiness. So what else
Right.
do you want? The Guruji was say usefulness. Education number third. This is usefulness na. Happy
Huh.
for no reason.
Happy for
Happy
no
for no
reason.
reason.
Correct.
Yes.
Beautiful. Prakash ji, boliye. What makes you go wow?
Yes, I am living every moment of my life consciously and with awareness. That's a very wow moment for me.
Right. Every moment is a wow. Correct. Great. Anything from you, Jyoti? Mute pe hai. You have to unmute. Okay. So the thing about the things that we call wow, the fact of life is that life is not just made of the starry nights and sunny skies. Life is made up of all shades in between and moments of despair, moments of frustration, moments of sorrow, moments of anger. So life is not a non-stop things that we like. So when we operate out of I like this and I don't like that, and it's fair enough, we are human beings, so we like some things, we don't like other things. As long as we operate out of that, the ideal situation of every moment being a wow, which we are talking about, remains a sort of a yeah, it's nice, but it doesn't happen that way. So how do we go beyond this? How do we find that wow in the now, no matter what is in the now? The wow of the now, regardless of what is in the now, regardless of the content of the now, whether the content of the now is a sunny, beautiful day, or a cloudy, rainy thunderstorm, or a snowstorm, or a dark night with stars or with clouds and no moon. And yet, in that now, how do we find the wow? Because if we can find that wow in the dark night as easily as we naturally find the wow in the sunny days, then that would be lead us to a life that is absolutely miraculous, moment to moment, moment to moment. So what is it that will take us beyond the wow that we shared of momentary wows and take us to the wow of the now? What is it that will do that? What will take us to that step? What is the step that we need to take that will take us there? So,
Acceptance.
okay, acceptance. Acceptance of what? But even
Of
that
the
acceptance is not always easy. I mean, we are naturally able to accept things that we like, and we are naturally prone to not accept things that we don't like.
Not true.
So we are naturally prone that way. That's not, I mean, that's just human nature. So how do step beyond that? How do get into that mode of wow, 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 wow?
You're interested in everything.
If yeah, okay. So actually that I think is the next step. So let me share how it works for me. Okay. And what works for me is, no matter what is in the content of the now, what is happening in the now, there is one thing which is true in every single now. What is that?
Our
There is
breath.
something. Yeah, breath, you're getting close. You're getting close. But what is it? I mean, sometimes you mean, yeah, that's true, our breath. But what's so great about that?
Blessings.
It's just part of our biological survival of the body. We need to breathe in and breathe out. So what?
Blessings.
Which blessings?
Divine blessings.
Which
Parental
one?
blessings.
Sorry.
Parental blessings. Divine blessings.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm talking about something that is always true all the time for everybody at every moment, whether the parents were even there or not, whether they were even born orphans and they would still have this. So I want what is the universal truth about every single now for every single person?
Love.
Love is a kind of, it's present, but
I am. I am.
sometimes, yeah, I am. You are now getting very, very close. So love is actually a natural result of discovering this universal truth about the now. It's naturally there. I'm here and in the now, right? Sonal, yeah. So that's what it is. The truth about every single now is that it exists.
Presence.
Right. The now is present. The now is there. Whether the now has joy, or the now has sorrow, or the now has beauty, or the now has violence, ugliness, anger, or gentleness, compassion, beauty, truth, whatever it is, every now it's there. It is there. Not only it is there for you, it is there in you, it is there being experienced every moment by you. So this awareness which pervades every moment, this awareness, you can, another way to say it is I am. This awareness is always there. You're aware of the beautiful sun, and you're aware of the rain, and you are aware of the soaking rain, and you're aware of the whatever is going on in your life, regardless of whether it is pleasant or unpleasant, whether it is good or bad, whether you like it or don't like it. The universal fact remains that it is there. It is there. And you are there, present to it. And that miracle of being present to the now, in the now, that awareness, that consciousness is the gift called life, which is present for you all the time, 24/7. So, and the probability or the chances of that happening, if you calculate, it is so small. What are the chances that this particular combination of cells got together to produce and create this body, this consciousness, this mind on this planet, in this moment, in this part of the universe, and that it survived and it exists and it is able to experience all that is going on. So the probability of that happening is so tiny that it is nothing short of the greatest miracle of all. And that greatest miracle of all is happening in every single now. Regardless of the content of the now, that miracle is unfolding right before our eyes, right before our consciousness, right before our awareness. Existence and this mystery called life keeps on unfolding like layers. We see something that we never saw before. We feel something that we never felt before. We are where we were never before. Every moment is new. Every moment is different. And every moment is being created as we speak, in the moment, in the now. So this miracle of the now is the greatest wow of all. And when we become aware of this incredible miracle called awareness, called life, called consciousness, then doesn't matter what is going on. Whether you are in a beautiful sunny beach of Marbella or you are in some slum in Dharavi, it doesn't matter, because that consciousness, that awareness, that yes, I am, is so powerful and so amazing and so beautiful that it simply overshadows any of the content. I mean, the content is just 0.00001%, whereas 99.9999999% is you experiencing this thing, this miracle, this magic called life. So when we become aware of this, and it doesn't matter what the content is, then we can take a renewed interest in the content. Earlier, when our interest in the content was based on our likes and dislikes, then our choices are limited. Certain people only like, I don't know, blue, and they are not open to purples and greens and violets and yellows and whites and blacks and whatever. So when we have preferences and we make choices, we limit our possibilities. Some people they decide early on, oh, mathematics, oh, mere to kuch samajh mein nahi aata. I cannot for life of me, I hate mathematics. So we have made a choice. And every time we make that choice, we limit ourselves. You know, some people only like mathematics. There are people who just love mathematics. They cannot understand or appreciate poetry. You know, mathematics is so logical and so wonderful and beautiful in itself. But if you limit yourself to mathematics, what about poetry? And if you limit yourself to poetry, what about physics? And if you limit yourself to physics, what about music? And so on and so on and so on. So when our moments of wow are determined by our preferences, we are limited to only enjoy the wows every now and then. When life randomly and by grace pops up something which is exactly as per your specifications, which happens, you know, who knows, very rarely. Those moments are wow moments for you. But when you drop this preferring, drop this choosing, not because you don't prefer something, you don't have to drop preferring, that's your natural liking. But if you get in touch with the wow of the now, which is the wow of every moment, which is the wow of awareness, of aliveness, of being alive and being conscious, then every single possibility of the content becomes available to you. And, you know, those of you who know me, you know, if you've known me for many years, you know that I go from poetry to music to mathematics to physics to science to flight to you know, whatever, sports. anything and everything, because everything is just so amazing and so wonderful, because I am in a state of amazement. I am in a state of amazement, and that is why everything is amazing, and not just one thing or the other. It's like it's like yeah, when you say something is wonderful, the real question is, are you full of wonder? Because if you are full of wonder, that's what the source of wonderfulness is. Are you full of wonder is a more important question than, is this thing or place or person wonderful? If you are full of wonder, everything is wonderful, everyone is wonderful, because you are filled with wonder. And the magic or the secret sauce of seeing that wonder in everything is to simply connect with this moment in the here and the now, and seeing the magic of it, seeing the incredible miracle that it is. And the moment you do that, wow, the whole universe, the whole world, everything that shows up in front of you becomes a source of engaging with a wow. So last couple of days, today and yesterday, I've been doing some voiceover dubbing for a TV serial. So it just showed up in my space. They needed a voice for it's a serial called The Buddha, and 55 episodes. It's huge, 55 episodes. And it was originally produced in Hindi, and they wanted some voices to do many of the characters in English. So, if I think about it like, oh, I prefer this, I prefer that, then of course music is my first choice, and acting may be my second choice, and doing a voiceover may not even come in at third, fourth, or fifth place. But given the wow state that I normally operate out of, this showed up, and I just said yes, okay, let's do it. And so I've been doing that the last 2 days, 5-6 hours a day, and it's been such an amazing experience, because the life of Buddha is always something that has fascinated me and has been close to me. And to see that transformation, that being up close, every single line, every single dialogue, seeing it that up close made it so much more real. So it became a big wow for me. This whole experience today and yesterday of doing the voiceover dubbing was a huge wow, is a huge wow. And we've just done about 22 episodes, and there are a total of 55. So there's a lot more to go. And I'm just looking forward to it, because so far in 22 episodes, Gautam Buddha, Siddharth Gautam, has not even left the palace yet. So this is all the intricacies of his upbringing and all the things that they did to try and keep him from becoming a sannyasi. His father wanted him to just be a king and a conqueror, and but Asit Muni, who is a rishi, who predicts, who comes to the palace and says, try anything you might, your son will be a sage. So this is one of the dialogues. Your son will be a sage. So the king is very disappointed and very angry, and practically throws him out of the palace. But so a beautiful experience. So I'm just giving this as an example, but each one of you, I invite you to discover this wow of the now, because the now is always present. Manojji, that sunshine, Jennifer ji, that sunshine of Canada, or Manojji, the moon and starry night of Delhi, are highlights or high points in our life. But the now is always there, is always present, 24/7, 365. Every breath, every moment of your life, the now exists. And if we can catch the wow of that now, then every moment of life, this precious, beautiful thing called life, becomes one non-stop state of ananda, of bliss, of joy, of happiness. So great. Any thoughts or questions or anything anyone wants to share before we close? Thoughts, questions? No thoughts. Wow, everybody's a big meditator. No thoughts.
So my question is there.
Oh, you have posted some question? Very good.
Not posted, asking you now.
Oh, asking even better. Chalo, हाँ bolo.
Sir, I can understand that every moment is now, but we keep forgetting, na?
Correct.
So what is the shortcut for forgetting?
You're forgetting anyway, no? So what shortcut you need to remember?
Then, to remember.
To remember. So even the moment in which you forget the now, is it still the now? That forgotten moment, is it a now?
Yes.
It's still the now. So whether you remember or not, the now is still the now, and it is always present, and it is always filled with this same fullness or emptiness, depending on how you want to look at it. That same emptiness and fullness which fills the universe fills every single now, whether you remember it or you forget it.
But Sanjivji,
And knowing this, so forgetting and remembering is not the criteria, but forgetting, remember is not the criteria, but knowing is what we are talking about. Knowing this preciousness of every now that makes up our life, we can live in the state of wonder and amazement and the wow. Jennifer ji.
So every now is wow.
Sorry?
Go ahead.
Every now is what?
Every now is wow.
Every now is wow, exactly.
But Sanjivji, practically, if you go to see, suppose there's somebody very close to you has suddenly fallen very sick. You can't say, wow, can you?
Well, it's not saying wow to them or to yourself in that.
That moment doesn't become
No,
a
no, no,
wow
no,
for you.
no. It's still a
Just-
wow. You know, so wow that I can hear and experience and understand that somebody is not well. Wow that I have the brains to understand what this says. Wow that I have the ability to experience this opportunity to express my care for this person. Wow that I have the opportunity to even know what is going on. The fact that I'm alive, the fact that I'm conscious is what is bringing me this experience called somebody you love is not feeling well. So the wow is about the context and the background in which everything is happening. The wow is not about what is happening. You understand? So yeah, the context is the wow. Wow, that this is, so the content is whatever. Content is filled with all the way from wow to oh no and everything in between. But all that is the content, the context, the background in which all of this is happening. That is the wow. That is the wow of the now. You're getting the point? It's getting the wow of the now, which is there in every single moment. And then obviously the content you respond appropriately. You know, if somebody's sick, yeah, the response to that sickness is now, wow, you're sick, great. No, the wow is of the now in which this is happening. So, and when you are in touch with that, then even this sickness does not come across as a, as a source of desperation or as a source of, oh my God, now what? It's if you're in that state, it still comes across, okay, what do we need to do? Go to the hospital, go to the doctor, do whatever. But when we are not in touch with that and we are looking for only those particular wow moments, then we mark off this moment called somebody sick as we don't want this moment. We reject it. We don't want it, and it is, and we get into the state of I don't want it, and therefore it is unpleasant, and your ability to respond to that moment also diminishes. Your ability to heal that person or your ability to take care of them, if you are in a state of panic, for example, I'm just saying, if the wow of the now is not present, you may panic when somebody is sick. So now what? You're useless to them. Jyoti, you had some comment or question? Maybe on the chat. Okay, she wrote something. Who can see your messages? Recording on. Yeah, wow for the illness will have a challenge to deal with. How to deal with the challenge? Yeah. So, dealing with the challenges, understand the difference between the content and the context. When the context of your life is this wow of I'm alive, wow, I'm conscious, wow, I have the ability to experience whatever shows up in front of me, whatever thoughts, feelings, sensations continuously show up, and I have that ability to experience them. This is true about whatever is happening, whether you're taking care of a sick person or you're going on a cruise. It's true of both situations. So once you're in that space, then we are empowered to deal with the challenge the way whatever is appropriate.
Sir, may I? Sir,
Yeah, sure.
I was saying the same thing, that
Yeah.
this wow in the case of illness or the sickness, of the news of the sickness, it becomes a very big challenge.
No, so you don't go, it's not a wow at the sickness.
No, I mean to say the wow reaction
In that time,
to the news
in
of,
that moment when you got these kind of news or something like that.
I got one yesterday.
Yeah. So that happens. But then it's a knowing. If जो ये सुना है आपने, जान है तो जहान है.
Yes.
तो ये जान तो है तो ये जहान है. अभी इस जहान में क्या हो रहा है, अच्छा अलग अलग बातें होती है, अच्छी बातें होती है, कुछ चैलेंजिंग बातें होती है, कुछ
कल मैंने जो एक्सपीरियंस किया, ये जो वाव के नाम पे हम लोग बोल रहे हैं अभी, द एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ इलनेस वाज दैट 3 times there has a life been lost, and it seems to be like it has really made me a big wow expression on me, and that I am going to get myself involved in it. It's like a challenge. I said, how can 3 people so fast, one after the other, just go away? There is very less, have a feeling there's very less medical attention given, hospitalization given, and things like that. But to go into it is like a very big challenge for me.
Right. So take the challenge. If that's what your energy is towards, that I want to take on this challenge, go ahead and take the challenge. See, something being wow doesn't mean you don't have to do anything about it. But knowing, being aware
हम
of.
लोग सोचते हैं wow is something very happy, but it's not. Wow is really very big.
Right. So wow is not about something you like or don't like. The wow is about life itself, about consciousness itself, about this awareness which is present in your life. You are right now hearing my words, seeing the screen in front of you, experiencing awareness and consciousness, right? So this is present whether the news that you're receiving was about somebody passing away or the news was about somebody graduating from, getting a PhD or an award. That doesn't change. The content changes, the container doesn't change, and you are that container. And becoming aware of that container that you are, in which everything is going through, becoming aware of that, the wow of that container, that consciousness that you are, that doesn't change no matter what is going on. Now, whether you take on a challenge or not, whether to respond to somebody being in trouble, whether you take it on or you say, well, that's life, that's entirely up to you.
Even if I would not take it, excuse, sorry sir, I just don't want to actually interrupt, but since it's coming to me, I might as well say it very fast before I forget, is that I will not take it as of course it is a challenge in the sense that I'm not going to have a fight face to face, things like that, or put up a big cause, like publish a big cause, not that way. Although I may be good at writing, I am practicing a little of writing on internet in general for everybody to read me.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is supporting to the cause. I'm going to make my team. I have actually thought of it. What I'm going to do is just the close ones that are very close around. We are a very small community here, for
Yeah.
instance, right? The
Right.
basis. So
Right.
I have already, since this year and since last year, or was it 22, I think, yes, it was 22, that the year of the seniors has been proclaimed, has been claimed, or
Okay.
however you call it, announced.
Right.
So I'm going to see to it. I'm going to try. I really want to put up a big thing like that, saying that,
Right.
come, let's work together. Let's keep ourselves, our day-to-day living well maintained, and not fall into the hands of, for instance, let's say in this case, in the hands of the doctors, in the hands of the hospitals. We've been having a lot of instances, lots of bad experiences in the medical field, in India too. I, being an Indian, I am of course always going to think about my first country.
Right.
And we are also having similar ones in various other countries of the world. अभी हम लोग ने जो कोविड में सब कुछ एक्सपीरियंस किया, उसमें से हमको पता चल रहा है. And if you go to see, I am also aware that on the whole, they are not supporting, they are actually removing, let's call it just in simple words, the let's call it home remedies, right? Starting
Right.
off from there.
Right. Right.
Then we call it the naturopathy or homeopathy or many other things like that.
Correct. Correct. Let me.
Ayurveda, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
They are
get your
not
point,
supporting
but
that.
but
Officially, legally, all the countries are not supporting that.
that's fine, and that's their prerogative. But see, all I'm trying to give you is to make the distinction between content and context.
Okay.
Everything that you're talking about is content. The
Yes.
content of life, which has homeopathy and Ayurveda and this and that and the other, and there's deaths and there's births and there's birthdays and there's funerals, right?
But
All that is
they're taking medicines like gems. They're taking medicines like clay,
that's even that is content. Just see
Okay.
if you can get the gist of what I'm saying,
Yes.
which is that the content, let the content be whatever it is. It doesn't
Oh.
even matter whether that's what I'm saying, whether the content is a birthday or a funeral. It's
Okay.
just content. Either way, it's just content.
Huh.
Whether it's great, bad, indifferent, beautiful, ugly, whatever, it's content.
Huh.
And when we focus, instead of the content of our life, focus on the context of our life.
Okay.
The context of our life is awareness, is aliveness, is the ability to experience, the ability to feel, the ability to think, the ability to experience whatever that content is, whether it's a birthday or a funeral. That ability to experience the now, when we become aware of that ability and that miracle that is, which is the biggest miracle of all, then that which is you, which is the true you, then
Yes.
that is the screen on which this movie of life is happening. And that screen is infinite. That screen is only love. That screen is only awareness. That screen is an open space of truth, of lovingness, of beauty.
Yes.
So it's like a pristine white screen, whether you're playing a horror film on it, or you're playing a romance on it, or you're playing a Discovery Channel on it, makes very little difference to the screen. You turn off that particular channel and the screen is back to the way it always was. And even through that channel, it was always that. So becoming aware of that screen on which the movie of life is happening, rather than worrying about the movie that is happening in your life, and what everything you're describing is the movie.
Okay. Yeah.
Whether there's gems or pills, or too many pills or too little pills, or too much homeopathy, too much care, too little care, all of
Yeah.
that is simply the movie. And I'm saying shift the focus from the movie to the screen, the background on which life is happening. And that is the amazing part, and that's the incredible part. And when we become aware of that infinite, vast, pristine space that we are, then we can operate out of that, rather than getting caught up in the content of the movie of life. Getting it?
Yes. In spiritual words, it feels like change yourself to
Not
show
even
it, and
change
then you
yourself.
can
Not
hold
even
it.
change yourself. Changing yourself is still just one movie changing to another movie.
Okay.
It's not changing yourself. It's becoming aware of who you really are.
Yes.
Who you really are
Evolve,
doesn't
evolve.
not even evolve. It's not evolve. It's not evolve. It's not change. Uh, you can say that a romantic or a great epic is an evolution from a horror movie to an epic. Okay, great, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the screen on which either movie is playing,
Okay.
which is the same. It doesn't need to change. It doesn't need to evolve. It is already perfect.
Uh-huh. I'm going to try and reach there.
Sorry.
Yeah, I will try.
Yeah. Great, wonderful, great questions and great interaction. Thank you for that. Keep coming, and we'll see you next time. And we want to do, yeah.